Hi, I'm Aussie Bill and welcome to episode 34 of Aussie Cluff, our bid to return Nottingham Forest to the top of European football, and welcome to our second league in the Premier League, our first in the Champions League. And look at this, here's the season preview for the Premier League season. We're in the European Cup and we're equal favourites for relegation. Absolutely no respect. So we'll leave that there, have a look at pre-season here. Now let's just look at the green, acknowledge the green, look at who we played against, and then not say anything silly like we're going to be Champions League champions because it's just pre-season friendlies. But let's quickly go through them. We can see we started off in, I think this is Ghana against Asante Kokoko. We'll go with that. You can see it was a 3-1 win. Jordan Sawyer, Callum Mosley, and Mariano Ortiz got the goals for us. It was a decent first game, to be honest. We dominated, but poor finishing really cost us what would have been a quite stunning victory. Then, I don't know if you pronounce this ASEC or if it's short for something. It's capitalized to make you think it's short for something. I think this is an Ivory Coast team, but you can see 5-1. Mosley, Toth, Sawyer again, Milanovic and Ortiz. You'll notice some strange names here. We'll go through signings in just a second. This was a really good performance, though still a defensive lap which cost us the goal. It was really disappointing. Two African teams not to keep a clean sheet. Then we went and played Boca Juniors, of course, of Argentina. You can see Ortiz and Quajano. We're going to go with that, Mr. Joseph. Now, this was a weird game, to be honest. We were in control, and I don't want to say dominant, but we were really in control of the game, but we never really looked the better team. We scored two scrappy goals, and yeah, it was just a strange one, but it was a result, and that was the main thing. Red Bull Leipzig was up next. You can see a stunning 5-0 win in Germany. Curtis Jones got a goal, as did Callum Mosley and Ortiz, and Jack Cox, the big central defender, nodded in too from a corner. This is just a strong, dominant performance. There's no real other way around that. Now came the test. I really wanted to try and see how we would go against the big boys. You can see we went to Atletico Madrid. Callum Mosley got us a 1-0 win. This was a really solid, promising performance. I was really happy with that performance. Then we went to Germany, played Dortmund. This was another good performance. And we really did play without luck. You can see there was an own goal in there as well. And they only had 3 shots on goal in the entire game. Not shots on target, 3 shots on goal. So it was Milanovic again and Lawrence Bennett that got the goals. It says 2-2. It's the only time we didn't win all pre-season. And to be honest, I thought we were really unlucky. Then we went and played Bayern Munich. That's right, Bayern Munich. We were absolutely brilliant. They only came back into the game. We made 10 subs about the 60th minute or so. And you can see the subs that came on just did not play well. We were poor after those subs came on, but a Curtis Jones hat-trick wrapped up the points in the first half. Absolutely stunning away to Bayern Munich. And then we went and played Inter Milan, and we only went and did it again. We went behind in this game. Oh, no, we didn't, sorry. They drew back to 1-1. But 4-1, another stunning performance, and really the perfect way to end pre-season. You can see Elazar with a hat-trick. Mariano Ortiz got the 4th goal for us. Just really exciting pre-season, and we don't want to get excited. I really wanted to test this, and it's fair to say we came through those tests with flying colours. Now, for transfers, now I'm really happy with how the transfer window went. We'll go through some of the departures first of all. Now, I did say I wanted to clean up some of the squad that was just kind of left from League One and the Championship. And if you look, we took in more than we spent, and we have significantly upgraded the squad, I think. But let's start with the outs. Sunday Njoku, we got him out. Wait for Pizza sort of suggested we strengthen at right wing back. I tend to agree. He's a decent player. He's 27, but he's only decent. We got 7.5 million for him to Swansea. Good piece of business there, I think. Harry Suter wanted to get rid of him. You can see he's a really good League One, really good Championship defender. He's just not a Premier League defender, and certainly not top of Premier League. So we got him off to Reading for 5 million. Louis Mars, he was fantastic for us start of last year, wasn't he? But we've sold him on 6.25, potentially rising to 9 million. Again, really happy to get for the fee we got for him. And yeah, I think it's just tied it up at squad a little bit there. Ed Sheeran. We've only had one season with Ed Sheeran in the team. We've got 3.8 million for him, which is a little bit more than we paid for him, so that's good. We've got our money back. But we've got some really good central defenders coming in, and he's a foreign slot as well, so he just wasn't going to play. James Tilley, we knew he was leaving. We had him out on loan last year. Again, really good League One, good Championship, just not up to it for Premier League, I don't think. So he's gone out on a free transfer. His contract was up, so not much we can do there. Paul Mooney, 100,000. This kid came through our academy, just as you can see, not Premier League quality for defending, so he has left. Leonardo da Silva Lopez, I was unsure if I wanted to get rid of him. Really, really good, versatile player. His contract was up the end of this year. He's 28 years old. When we got an offer for $6 million for him, see you later, mate. You've done well, but we've shipped him out. Ollie Barnett, now we got 250,000 for this guy. We brought him in, if you remember, when we were in League One, and he was a stunning League One midfielder. Look at that, a vision of 16. He was just quality. He's just kind of faded out. We've got kind of better players now, and he's not really Premier League quality, so he goes out. Lewis Brunt, we got again 250,000 from a non-league Barrow for him. That was, I think, almost what I think. Did we pay 300,000 for him? We could check. But anyway, really, really good money to get for what is essentially an average player. And we've sent Charlie Clark out on loan. I'll tell you why in a minute, but he was just not going to get enough first team football, and I think he needs to play just to make sure he's improving. He's 24 and he needs to be playing first team football, so he's going out to Championship Colchester to do just that. Now, let's have a look at the ins. Jonathan Lacey from Arsenal, 250,000. Look at that, 23-year-old. He's rated really highly by the scouts as well. And we're also going to retrain him as a left wing back. You can see he essentially has what you need to play there. Tackling could maybe be a little bit better. But he's going to almost replace Da Silva Lopez, to be honest, as a sort of that utility player. If we get him as a decent enough left wing back, then will be doing really, really well in terms of utility value. You can see where he's on 52 grand a week, so we're paying big money for him, but we got him for a snip, so I think that's okay and that's worth it, and he should be a really good player for us. Ivan Milanovic, this is the guy that's coming in to replace Sunday Njoku. You can see he's only 20. We paid 1.4 million for him. His physical stats are good. He's a little bit like a better defensive Toth, and what I really liked about him, if you see here, it's not going to let me move the cursor, but you see the jumping reach is 16. That's what I really, because that's where Toth really struggles. He has the acceleration, decent pace. He has everything that Toth has, as well as the jumping reach. So I think between him and Toth, we've got two really, really good right wing backs. Ismail Konate wasn't someone I initially planned on signing, and he's not going to play. He's not in the Premier League squad this year. I may loan him out. I may just look to use him in the cups. But yeah, 275,000. Really good prospect. 20 years old. Look at him if something similar to the Boob we had at Villa. I think straight in from African football and could develop into a really good player for us. Dribbling a 15 for a 20-year-old, I really, really like. Then here come the big defenders. Vlad Novikov. Now, this is a little bit of pace in the defense. Look at that, 16 pace, good passing as well. This is the replacement for Ed Sheeran. This is the guy that made me get rid of Ed Sheeran. You can see his passing's 12. He's essentially Ed Sheeran that's a little bit quicker and can pass the ball. So we went and signed him for 3 million. So we actually got him cheaper than what Ed Sheeran was, and I don't think there's much of an argument to be had that he's not an upgrade. So we've improved and made profit on the whole thing as well. Joseph Quijano, this is quite the signing. I'm really happy with this guy for a central defender. Look at those physical stats. Absolutely amazing across the board. Pace, in the air, strength. He's got it all. Only thing that worries me a little bit about him is perhaps the passing. But 23 years old. We paid 8 million for him. It was our big signing of the summer. But yeah, I really, really think he's going to do a good job for us in the defense. Just a good, solid all-round defender. Then Christis, it wouldn't be a transfer window if we didn't sign an Australian, would it? But I actually think this guy's quite good. He had a release fee in his contract of 750,000, which was going to run out halfway through the summer. So I snapped that up. So we've got him. You can see really good dribbling. Crossing could do with improvement, but defensively he's solid as well with tackling, positioning. Physical stats are quite good. He's going to be someone that can develop hopefully into someone that can really run down that left wing, and I wanted somebody to back up Scando, and I think he is probably, if not already his equal, very close to it, and they're both young, so they're both going to improve. So I think we're going to have two really, really good options at left back or left wing back, depending how you want to view it. And then this is the reason that we let Charlie Clark go out on loan. Joey Joyce, he came through the Villa Academy when we were at Villa. We had him on loan 2 seasons ago, I think, in the Championship. Did really, really well for us. Released on a free transfer from Villa. So we went and signed him on a free transfer. You can see we only paid him 27.5 grand a week, so I'm really happy with that. Look at his value already at 23 million. Look at the vision, the passing. He essentially, I think he's going to come straight into our first team, to be honest. And yeah, really, really happy to get him on a free is absolutely incredible. So that's our transfer business for the summer. Let me know what you think. I think we've significantly upgraded the squad and made a tidy little profit on it while we're at it. So I'm really, really happy with how the squad looks. But let me know what you think. All right, let's just have a look what that's done to our dynamics. You can see match cohesion is good, which is fine, I think. The hierarchy, you can see Elizage, Griffiths, and Mason are the team leaders now. Malacase, we did sign him back on loan again. He's not going to be maybe a major feature in the team, but we're only paying him $800 a week or pounds a week, so could not see a reason as a sort of fifth, sixth choice defender why we wouldn't do that. And the social groups, I'm very proud to say we have an Australian clique, guys. That's absolutely wonderful stuff. So there we go. Though I do see Token Aussie is in the core social group. So Token Aussie by name, Token Aussie by nature, perhaps. He is just very much the fake Australian in the group at this point rather than the only one. But yeah, very proud of my Australian clique. And this episode will get the season underway with West Brom. I'm not quite sure when the draw for the Champions League is out. I think I'm going to have to put that up on Twitter, though. But look at that. That's going to be next episode. I can already tell you that right now. First game in the Champions League. We might even do the Man City game as well. But that's next episode. Let's not worry about that. I am excited for Champions League, though. It is West Brom away. And this is the team that we are sending out. This is essentially what I consider right now to be our strongest team, give or take maybe a player or two. But it's Vazquez in goal, Quinajo, Novikov, and Cox across the back. Cox gets in just ahead of Buzanel. They're very, very even. There's going to be a little bit of changing through the season there, I think. We're sticking with Skando and Toth down the wings, although we can see we have Milanovic and these names, man. And I'm just going to call him Christos because I'm not even going to attempt that last. He's going to need a nickname. If you have a nickname for our Greek-Australian friend at left back, leave me a comment because I am not going to pretend to say that all season long. Griffiths and Joyce are going to play in midfield, deep lying and attacking playmaker. Bennett's going to in behind Elizage and Ortiz. These three were absolutely dynamite for us at the end of last season. So if they can do that all year, we're going to have a solid year. All right, so the old 4-3 or 4-2-3-1. Now these debutants, is that what that means? I don't know why they're there, but anyway, it must be debutants. So they've got quite a few debutants in their team. So I wonder what their team dynamics are like. We might be able to take advantage of that. Go out there, give the fans their money's worth. It's opening day of the season. I don't know what more you can say. The old calm, we have faith. And let's get this season underway. All right, there we go. Season, and I wonder what this season could hold for us. This time last year, would we ever have dreamt we would be in the Champions League in 12 months' time? Who knows what this season could hold? Toth, early goal into the box, it's headed away. Andre Green, of course, who we had at Villa. I think that was Matty Virtue, who we had at Villa as well, both in the West Brom team today. There's a decent tackle, well cleaned up by Novikov as well. Yeah, it is Matty Virtue. I knew he was a decent player. I signed him from Liverpool. I knew he was. It's good to see he's still kicking around the Premier League. Let's give him some encouragement. See what can have here. Novikov up to Joyce. Joyce to Skando. Oh, that was well cut out. Bit of a risky back pass there, wasn't it? If one of our attackers there had read that, they could have had a tap in. It's gone up to Cox. Cox brings it down nicely down the line to Toth. What can Toth do? He's got his man. He's taken the option to cross early. Elizage on his toes, or heels, I should say, wasn't he? Just not there. Griffiths has got that in nicely. Crossfield ball, not the best for Skando, but he's got it. Kijaro. I don't know how we're going to pronounce that. I have too many unpronounceable names that I've signed. I really need to take that into account, don't I? There's a nice ball for Ortiz. Can he square it? He can. It's Elizage off the bar. It's there, the rebound. 21 goals last season, and he's already underway 7 minutes into the new season. Acid Elizage, is he going to be the man to fire us along this way? Elizage, it's just what he does, isn't it? Just powers in the header. It's a shame the first one didn't go in. It would have been a nice goal, but he was there to tuck away his own rebounds, and job done. All right, let's concentrate here, boys, please. Let's not give this straight back to them. The one thing that we do lack a little bit... Oh, Vazquez, well done. In defense, we have sacrificed height for pace. Not by much, but we do lack a little bit of height compared to previous seasons. There's a nice ball in for Toth. Marco Toth continues to defy his attributes to just be one of our most valuable players. What a finish that is. On the volley, first time, pick that out of the net. That is 2-0 to the good guys. We are off and running, despite being favourites for relegation. That's really, really bugged me. I don't know if you can tell. We finished third last year. In what planet do the bookmakers make us equal favourites for relegation again? And the thing is, I don't know how that should affect sort of how I do team talks and press conferences and that. Like, do I have to give them as if we are actual favourites for relegation, or do we just pretend that the bookies are as clueless as they are and talk like we think we can win the league this year? Which I actually, given what we did last year and the strengthening of the squad, if we can get off to a good start, you can see the team cohesion. It's good. It's not what it was, and we did make a lot of signings, so we're likely to get off to a bit of a slower start just while everybody settles in. I mean, you look what happened in January last season, where we brought in Ortiz and Buzanel and one or two others maybe, and it really affected our season, didn't it? It almost knocked us out of the Champions League places. So I'm a little bit conscious of that, which is another reason why I wanted to play so many. Usually I'd only play 6, maybe 7, but we did 8 this year just to make sure that we were getting the team that we considered our first choice team playing together a lot of the time to try and help that cohesion. And it seems to have worked because it was at average and it went up to good by the end of pre-season. So that's obviously what we wanted. But yeah, if we can get off to a good start, then I'll be really, really happy. We'll give them a concentrate because I feel like no matter what happens from this highlight, concentrate's what we want. Quinn Giles cut that out nicely. Griffiths over for Elizage. What's he done? He's turned into Virtue's face. And West Brom are on the attack here. We need this concentrate shout as soon as possible, don't we? Morley's got it. That's horrid. That's okay. All right, and I should say too, end of this game, there'll be the goals of the month for preseason, all the best goals of preseason. So stick around. You can tell by the opposition we were playing that there are some quite stunning goals that we've scored because you have to be to get past those defenses. So that's half time. Pretty comfortable, I would say. We don't want to let your performance levels drop. We'll do a few individual team talks here and then come back as ever for the second half. Okay, we just need to not to concede early on here, and then I think we should be able to see this game out. To get a clean sheet so early on would do us... Oh, it's a horrid pass, Griffiths. What was that? The one sort of selection dilemma, I guess, that I had this game was between Griffith, Joyce, and Arosa. Now, Arosa was brilliant for us last year, but he's not statistically as good. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Oh, no. What have we done? That's exactly what we didn't want to happen. Andre Green's come back to bite my face with that goal, and oh, that's disappointing. Well, game on. We need to wake up because that was just poor defending. Scando's got done in behind. I'm not quite sure who's supposed to be marking Green. I'm going to say it's this. That's not Cox, it's Toth. We know Toth is weaker defensively, but that was not good. Let's give them some encouragement. We don't want to get too harsh here. Bennett's not having his best game. We do have Chad Jones on the bench. Let's give this a concentrate. We'll see what happens with highlight. I think we might look to take Lawrence Bennett off for Chad Jones. Another option, of course, we could bring a Rosa on and then drop. It would probably be Griffith into a more defensive midfield role, which is tempting. Oh, Cox has cleared that nicely. West Brom just dominating possession a little bit here, which is troubling. Toth, I don't know why you're up there. To be honest, you're a wing back. You should be defending. All right. Oh, cross comes in. Vasquez is there. Look at that. Didn't quite have the whip on it, that cross, or else it would have been an absolute belter. Quinjano up to Scando. It's gone up to Ortiz. What can he do? What can he do? Has he got magic in those boots? It's there for Elazaj. Just at the keeper. Just when we really needed that to be directed to us somewhere else, really, wasn't it? Okay, so Joyce is looking a bit tired, and Bennett's having a shocker. So we might make a double sub here of Chad Jones, who did really, really well in pre-season, and Arosa. Elazaj on his booking makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm sure it's fine. As long as he doesn't go scoring and then celebrating with his top off, we should be okay with that. Ortiz has done really, really well there to keep hold of that ball. It's a free kick, and Marin, take a hike, son. You are having a bath. That makes things slightly easier for us, though we still just have the 1-goal advantage, which is not great. Can we win that? We can. Well done. I think that's Toth. No, it was Cox. All right, Ortiz. Look at the men pouring forward here. Use your head. He's done it. It's a beautiful pass for Scando. Now, can he square it? Look at this man in the middle. It's a tap-in. It's a tap-in. It's a tap-in! 3-1 against 10 men. That should be it. I wanted Ortiz to use his head. He did. Look at that pass for Scando. And Scando picked out the man beautifully. And Elazaj couldn't really miss. 2 goals now for Elazaj. He's off. I wonder what chance of him being Golden Boot this season. Let's look to... Ortiz is looking absolutely knackered. Scando is looking a little bit tired as well. But let's take Ortiz off. We have Mosley on the bench. We can bring him on. Les Lloyd actually was looking quite good in pre-season as well. The Australian striker, who is again a similar sort to Ortiz and to Mosley. So I think we're well served for strikers this season, and we have, of course, Jordan Sawyer as well. If we need someone to replace Elazaj in like the physical sense up front. So pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Milanovic and the Australian Christos guy, the Greek guy, who we need a nickname for, guys. Come up with one of those for me, because I cannot say that name. Look at that. There's just, I'm no chance. Yeah, but we'll try and maybe have a look at them next episode. But this is 3 points to get our season underway, 3 goals to get our season underway. Elazaj with 2 of them. It's all coming up Forest. We'll tell them it was good. It was well done. We could have done better, but certainly we could have done a lot worse too. I'm really happy with that. So Forest defeat 10 men. West Brom, as you would expect. A few debuts, just the 2 actually, wasn't it? Which is nice because, of course, Joe Joyce has already played for us, so he can't really have a second debut. Or I guess you can have a second debut. Scando, defensively, passing. We'll go passing. There we go. We go with that beautiful pass, wasn't it, for Elazaj to get his second. Let's have a look what that did to the table. Early days, but we're sitting up there in 4th. Of course, it's only goal difference, and there's still a few teams to play yet, which means we may not actually finish it in goal difference. In the top 4, but doesn't matter, does it? We've only played a game. But that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of our pre-season, what you think of our transfers. I'm really, really happy with both, to be honest. We'll come back next time. We have to start with our Champions League debut, don't we? That is going to be a not to be missed episode. We'll finish it off with Manchester City. That could go either way, couldn't it? We'll see how good their team is for this year in that episode. But that's all for Sunday. Until then, guys, if you're new, subscribe. If you have enjoyed the video, a thumbs up. I've been Aussie Villain. We'll catch you Sunday, and here are some of our best goals from pre-season. Take care. Access